Yep, sitting in the newly rearranged movie room, and I'm digging it. For today, we're going to talk about movies that I've never seen. Might shock some of you, and some of you might have the same opinions on some of the movies because, just might be like a gangster. You might not want to see some of them, and some of them over the years just never got around to seeing and just wasn't interested in seeing. So, let's start out with the first one. First one, basically, is Star Trek. Yeah, I haven't never seen any of the TV shows as of this date, and I've never seen any of the movies. Really, when I was growing up, I was mainly a Star Wars fan, and I looked at older Star Trek episodes. I didn't really see them or anything, but I just seen the way the guys dressed and looked, and it just looked boring to me. And every movie that came out after that, just I kept seeing on trailers and stuff, and I just never wanted to get into watching it. I was a Star Wars fan, and I hear a lot of people say you're either Star Wars or Star Trek, which I know some people that actually like both and said both are great, But I tell you what, Star Trek ain't got no Yoda. Star Trek ain't got no Chewbacca. The characters in Star Wars, I thought, seemed to be better than the characters in Star Trek. They just didn't grab a hold of me and say, come watch me. You know what I mean? That's just a big thing for me. And I loved Star Wars growing up, even though when I was a kid, they only had 3 of them. Now, they got a lot more, and they keep coming out with more. But there is a new Star Trek, too. And I hear a lot of people saying them are really awesome and really great. You need to check them out. So I might eventually wander into Star Trek land. I don't think I'm going to be a Trekkie or anything, get really into it and want to go crazy and go to conventions and stuff. But I think I might watch 1 or 2 here. I did watch a documentary called For the Love of Spock that was really good. And I really, I watch documentaries on a little bit of everything. It doesn't really matter if I'm interested in it or not. I just watched one the other night on video games, and I'm not a gamer, but it was pretty cool too. But For the Love of Spock, I watched it and got to learn, the life of Leonard Nimoy, and I've always heard of him and everything, and, I know the characters' names and stuff. Just never got into watching Star Trek. Next up, oh yeah, Harry Potter. Okay, Harry Potter, I think they've made probably 7 or 8 of these movies, but when the first one came out, after the books was out, I knew a lot of people that read the books and stuff, and they just got so excited when the movie started coming out. And I didn't read the books, and I don't know, just from the looks of it, I did not care about this magical world of Harry Potter, It's just one of them that I never did catch hold of me and decide, hey, I want to go watch these. Maybe I should one day, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I could stay. Maybe it gets people out there got the same opinion I do. Maybe there's people out there that's watched a few of them and didn't like them and just gave up on them or whatever. I always say, and I give every movie a chance, and mainly that's horror movies for me. I will give a lot of the horror movies more of a chance than I will some movies like Harry Potter, stuff that I really ain't interested in. And, I don't know, it's just one of them things that's just passed me up, and now all of them are out, and I think they came out with some other new movie that kind of relates to Harry Potter or whatever, and I looked at the trailer and I just looked at it and said, okay, that's another Harry Potter spin-off or whatever that is. I'm not really for sure. Just something I never really wanted to see. But I tell you one thing, that, who knows, maybe one day you'll change your mind and everything and decide to watch some of these movies and maybe love them. I did that with Planet of the Apes. Before I did this video, say a year ago, I would have told you I'd never seen any Planet of the Apes movies. And really, I still haven't until the new ones came out and I started watching them. So, it's really not the same franchise. It's, older Planet of the Apes or whatever. But, hey, I like the new Planet of the Apes, and I'll probably go back and watch the other ones. But for right now, Harry Potter will always remain on this list. I just don't seem interested. And last on this list, and I've got more stuff that I haven't seen over the years and got some mentions at the end of this video, but right now we're going to talk about Transformers. I don't know how many there is. I think there's 3 or 4 of them. I might be wrong. There might be 5 of them. I don't know. I know that Megan Fox played in at least the first one. I can't say I never really watched Transformers completely. I did flick by on TV and see it all once, but I haven't seen, you know, the whole movie all the way through, and I only seen a few minutes of it. And I hear the new one's got Mark Wahlberg in it. I was never really a fan of Transformers growing up. I've never even seen the Transformers cartoon. I think they had a cartoon movie. I didn't really collect Transformers. It's kind of expensive for me at the time, or at least for my mother. I had the GoBots, and I heard they're like cousins to the Transformers. They were a little bit cheaper and everything. So, but when the movies decided to come out a few years back, and I just never had, there wasn't nothing I really wanted to check out. I was just like, yeah, it's Transformers. There's some people out there that are really, you know, Transformer freaks, man, just like any other thing, and I just wasn't one of them. I didn't grow, I mean, I grew up with the Transformers and stuff, and but like I said, I didn't really own any Transformers. I heard the toys are really worth a lot of money now, but it's just not something I really got into, you know, and then wanted to watch the movie or the cartoons back then. Maybe I am missing a lot on that. I hear it's a lot of action-packed, you know, movies. And then I hear somebody say that the first one's good, then the rest sucks. I don't know. It just, after a while, some of the movies like that seem like, you know, hell, how many damn times can you keep saving the world or destroying a bunch of shit? You know, I really don't know exactly the plot of it or anything, because I just never watched it. That's why it's on this freaking video. Transformers and Harry Potter and what was the first one? I forgot. What the hell was the first one? Oh shit. I don't know. That's why I've never seen him. I'm not interested in seeing these damn movies, really. Oh, Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek. Shit. I could have just cut this and edited it, but I didn't really want to cut that part because I thought it was pretty funny. Other mentions in this video, I've never seen a James Bond film, believe it or not. And I hear Roger Moore just passed away. I remember him being James Bond when I was growing up in the 80s and everything, and I remember a movie that he had a character named Jaws in. I do remember that, and I might have seen a clip of it or whatever, but I never sat down and watched the whole movie. That was just me. Bond wasn't my thing, and maybe one day I'll decide to watch some James Bond, or I've seen some sets out, the DVDs and Blu-rays, so who knows. But some of these movies I might eventually check out. Some of them I might not ever check out. The closest one on this list so far that I might check out some is Star Trek, and I might watch the newer ones, because I hear some of them older ones are kind of boring. That's this video. Till next time.